Hi, this is Hardball Retro. Today we're going to do a recap of the season that I'm currently replaying, the 1984 season, using Digital Diamond Baseball version 12.1. And I'm currently completed games through July 31st of the 84 season. So we're going to take a look at the standings, the leaderboard, and if there were any special events that occurred during the month of July. Um, so let's go ahead and dive right into the standings here. Okay, and as you can see, the Tigers, as expected, are out in front of the American League East, although the race is a lot closer than it was in real life. The Tigers, 70 and 34, certainly an excellent record. Nice run differential there of positive 189. And the Yankees are giving them a run for their money at 63 and 39, 6 games back. The Jays and the Red Sox, actually the Jays, the Orioles, Red Sox, and Indians are all above 500. The Jays are 13 games above 500, but they're 11 and a half out of first. All three teams have won 7 of their last 10 games heading into August. And the Brew Crew are the only sub 500 team in the East at 43 and 63. Over in the American League West, I'm managing the Angels. You can see with the little thumbs up icon here, that's the only team that's human managed. And I've been able to right the ship, so to speak. Got into first place a few days ago, and we're kind of trading first place with the Royals here the past week, I'd say. 6 and 4 in my last 10. We definitely had a good road trip against some of the competition in the West here. So again, every team in the West is below 500. So we're hoping we can. That's our next goal, is to get above 500 here. Again, we had an East Coast swing back in May where we went 0 and 10, which I thought might have just put us totally out of the race, but as you can see, the entire division is struggling here. So even the Mariners at 45 and 62 are still in it. They're only 6.5 out. So we'll see what August brings here. Over in the NL East, as expected, the Cubs are ahead, 6.5 up on the Cardinals. And again, the Mets are really struggling here. I'm kind of surprised to see that. They lost 7 in a row, and they are 17 below 500. So it looks like they're out of it. Same with the Phillies and the Pirates. So this is kind of a 3-team race. And in the NL West, we've got the Padres and the Dodgers tied for first. Actually, the Astros as well. All three tied for first here. So this should be an interesting race over the last 2 months. We'll see who emerges as the leader in the West. The Braves sitting at 500, 5.5 back within striking distance. The Giants 8.5 out with how many games we got here? It's about 107, 105. So still 50 some odd games to play. Not totally out of it, but they've got to get a run going, or else they're going to be done. Reds probably out of it at this point, 12 back. So let's look at the leaderboards. Again, I'm not going to read all of these, but just highlight some of the leaders here. Donnie Baseball, 359 average, and in real life he took the batting title from Dave Winfield on the final day of the season in '84. Willie Wilson up next at 333. Got a couple of Red Sox here leading the way In home runs, Tony Armas and Mike Easler. Easler also with a 327 average. There's Ron Kittle and Carlton Fisk of the White Sox, Dwayne Murphy of the A's, all with 23 or more taters. Don Mattingly leads the way in RBI, 85. George Bell of the Jays next with 79. And you can see the rest of them there. All right, Gary Carter taking the lead in batting average. I think Mookie Wilson was up there at the end of June. Tony Gwynn, again, holding steady with a 342. Chili Davis, Willie McGee. Home run leader, Mike Schmidt has pulled well ahead of the next, the runner-up in home runs, Ron Cey and Gary Matthews, both of the Cubs. And there's Carter and Dale Murphy. Schmitty, 85 RBI, ahead of Steve Garvey on the Padres. Okay, let's scroll down a bit. AL pitching leaders, kind of a surprise here. Jim Gott of the Jays, 1.7. Mike Witt, second, 1.73. And Witt, I believe, is 15 and 3 for me. He's pretty much the only thing holding my pitching staff together at this point. Mark Gubiza, Jack Morris, and Phil Niekro. Morris and Niekro also in the win column here among the leaders. Mike Bodiger, Mike Flanagan of the Orioles up there with 13 apiece. Save lead, Willie Hernandez of the Tigers. No surprise, he took home the Cy Young and MVP honors in '84. Ernie Macho Camacho and Luis Sanchez with 12 saves. Quisenberry, kind of a low total there. I'm not quite sure how the Royals are using him in relief, but he may have more wins there. I'd have to drill down and see what's going on with Quiz. Doc Gooden leading the way with 1.87 ERA and 12 victories. The 12 wins tie him with Rick Honeycutt. Scott Sanderson, 2.24 ERA for the Cubs. And Jeff Russell, I always notice in the box scores, doing pretty well. 2.31. Rick Mailer and Len Barker of the Braves up there as well. And give a quick shout out to Mike Krukow, Dave LaPointe, and Charlie Lay. Save lead, Lee Smith by 1 ahead of Rich Gossage, and by 2 over Jeff Reardon. Alright, scroll down a bit. MVP votes, Donnie Baseball ahead of Mike Easler, Mike Witt ahead of Phil Niekro for the AL Cy Young. NL MVP, Mike Schmidt leads, Alan Wiggins second, that's a shocker. Let's see, and Tim Raines. NL Cy Young, Gooden over Honeycutt. And I'll quick check of the who's hot on the mound. Okay. And hitting streaks, anything? Let's see, overall, longest streak is Chet Lemon, 21 for the AL. And Ron Gardenhire of the Mets with a 12-game streak currently in the NL. And Jeff Leonard with a 24-game streak on the season, longest streak. Highlights. Okay, so let's go up to let's look at our reports here. Take a look at special events in a second. Here's a report that I added that I hadn't had previously on my report list here. So if you do a organizational report for schedules, right? So I thought this is pretty neat. It shows you uh, your team, uh, the date of the game, so you can drill down into a box score here, whether you won or lost, what the score was, uh, starters, winning pitchers, losing pitchers, save, player of the game, and special events. So let's just scroll down a bit here. Here, not that I want to highlight this, but all right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my 10-game losing streak. All right, so you can see who I lost to. Yeah, it was mostly Detroit, Baltimore, New York. Kind of expected, right? But you'd think you'd sprinkle a win in here and there, and that just didn't happen. Angels left 17 runners on base. Awful. Okay. Let's see. Schofield hit a grand slam. All right, so we get down to July 31st. All right. All right, so anyway, I thought that was a neat report. And like I said, let me just click into this, right? So newspaper box. So Angels 12, Mariners 7. There's Schofield's grand slam. DeCinces knocked in 4. And Zahn got roughed up, but he got the win. All right, so that's that. Now let's go to, all right, go back to reports here, special events. And we'll just look at some of these and see if anything came up in the month of July. There's a bunch of walk-offs, home runs. Okay, well, George Brett hit 3 homers in a game here. Mike Schmidt, 3-homer game. Let's see. 3 for 5 with 3 homers against the Yanks. George Brett, there's his numbers there. And if I go to scorecard, sorry. And it should tell me no, not sure why. Usually it should let me hover over the home run, and oh, there it goes. It just went. There we go. Bob Shirley in the 7th. Dennis Rasmussen. Okay. So, and Schmitty. Michael Jack Schmidt, 3 for 4, 3 homers, 4 RBIs. And again, scorecard. Rich Bordy, and Rich Bordy. Okay. So, scroll down a bit more. RBIs. Couple of 6 RBI days here. Stolen bases. Hits per cycle. Jim Wolford of the Expos hits per cycle. And Tony Armas hit for the cycle against Rich Dotson, it looks like. Inside the park homer, David Green. And he drove in 7 runs. With a grand slam inside the Parker. We're going to have to check that out. And Howell of Milwaukee hits an inside the park home run. Roy Howell. All right, let's look at the David Green game here. Scorecard. Homer, 4 RBIs, yep. Against Pat Zachary. Game summary. Pedro Guerrero, 15-9. Wow. He knocked in 7 in a losing cause. Okay. All right. Anybody beat Mario Soto's 15 strikeout game from April? Let's see. 15. Gooden tied it here. 15 Ks, complete game. Let's take a look. Struck out 15 Cubs. Dernier 3. Sandberg, Matthews. Durham he didn't get in the starting lineup. 2 for Moreland, 2 for Davis, 2 for Say. Didn't get Boa. 2 for Ruthven, 1 for Bosley in the 9th as a pinch hitter. And he lost that game even though he struck out 15. Wow. All right. No hitters, no hitters in July. So looks like we're going to wrap it up here. So we shall see how the remainder of the season plays out. And that's all I've got for now. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Keep playing ball.